Justine Bateman, net neutrality activist. What most worries you, Justine, about the evolution of the internet as a revolutionary platform for the distribution of entertainment in the 21st century?
What I would least like to see happen is, and I'll do everything I can for it not to happen, is for media conglomerates to partner up with ISPs and put gates on the internet or tell audiences what they can and can't, sites they can and can't reach, the speed at which they're going to individually reach those sites. I think that's a horrifying prospect. And I certainly would never want to be 5 years from now, have people say, oh, you mean the internet used to be very easily accessible and I didn't have to pay? I mean, I don't want these companies to turn the internet into cable TV. The way cable TV is right now, everything is, used to be able to bring a TV home and just plug it in and watch. And then it changed and you had to have a cable subscription and things were bundled in the cable subscription with the, you couldn't just buy a la carte. You couldn't just buy the channels that you wanted to watch. You had to get all these bundles. And I think everybody pays on average a $100 cable bill. And we don't get to choose what we're going to see, and we don't get to access independent channels that aren't involved with deals with these companies. And so that's what I would hate to see on the internet.
But cable subscriptions are up, and it seems like the majority of what we might call quote-unquote ordinary Americans actually rather like their cable. How would you respond to that?
Really, I saw a study recently that said that this is actually the worst quarter that the cable companies have experienced.
So you think most people would give up their cable if they could?
If people had to choose between cable and the internet, yeah. Look, there's a lot of people who are, more so the early adopters who have completely cut the cord and are, just get all their programming off the internet. I mean, I personally have a set-top box, just a hard drive attached to our television, and we use the television set as a computer screen, and everything I watch is off the internet, except live sports. And I know there's ways to do that, but unfortunately I do still have the cable attachment for live sports. But as soon as that's done, I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, not everyone has set-top boxes and all that, but there will be a tipping point, I mean, there was a tipping point with, more recently cell phones, where you had a cell phone, your doctor had a cell phone, but the guy that bagged your groceries probably didn't. And then there was a tipping point where everybody had one. Now every single person has one, and that'll be the same with receiving your entertainment information. It will just come over the internet instead of coming over a cable connection or satellite connection.
What's the business model, though, here? If people aren't actually paying for cable, if they're not paying for their content, how are the content producers going to be paid?
Well, there's lots of different ways. I mean, it's a different field. It's you can be paid. There's ad-supported model. There's you can have a paywall. You can have a site that's that you need to pay to be a part of. Netflix is doing very well with that, with their streaming content. You can have other components, merchandising. You can have a social media game that's got micropayments built into it. You can have a deal with a sponsor where their product is baked into your plot, and you can have critical mass payment structure with them wherein they pay an initial fee to be involved in the production. And you make a deal with them where you say, I believe that we will get, 2 million hits or whatever you agree to with them. And if we get anything over that, if we get, somewhere between, if we hit 5 million hits, you will then pay us another fee. If we get 10 million hits, you'll pay us another fee. And, you figure out some CPM that's lower than what they would have to pay if it was an ad buy. There's lots of different types of deals to make. It's just not, it depends on the content that you've got and the kind of audience you're trying to reach and knowing where that audience lives online. You can't just put something up on, say, ABC and everybody's going to come to ABC and watch it. The internet for video content, for scripted content, you've got to deliver, it's more like a direct mail situation. You've got to deliver it to where your niche audience or audiences is living, and hopefully they'll become evangelists for your show and pass it around also.